Alright, welcome back to Game Jones. I'm Tiberius Jones, and this is Crimson Devil. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. So, big changes in 1.05. Man, rematches, reblockading, a host of changes and improvements to supposedly a little bit of everything, really. The patch notes are vast and wide, so I'm not going to sit here and read them only because there's nobody in the chat at the moment. Probably because I'm late. So I came on time, but Windows had a huge fucking update that I had to apply, so had to do that first. And then after I did that and came back on, I was like 9 minutes literally into the broadcast and realized that Windows during the update had changed all my sound settings. So I was in there doing the broadcast for 9 minutes with no fucking microphone and had no idea. So I was like, okay, well, I need to start this over from the top with sound.
You have a reason for that?
So here we are now, and it's all good. Hope you guys are having a happy Saturday night. I am chilling at home watching the Sixers and Celtics battle it out in the NBA playoffs. Game 7. Game 7s in the playoffs are always fucking huge, and I'm a big sports fan. And right now, it's in Shocktown because the Philadelphia 76ers are beating the Celtics with, let's see, 11 minutes to go in the game. In the fourth quarter now, they're up by 13. Call it 10. The Celtics just hit a 3. So, yeah, this would be a huge upset if Philadelphia won in Boston. So, yeah, I've got that going on my laptop down here. So, let's see. I had set up a mission when I was last in to make the small junky wagon. I don't think it's done yet because I think I pretty much like just set it up. Yeah, it's still in production. Let's see. Oh, cool. In 30 minutes it'll be done. So that's only a couple of minutes of actual lifetime, real time. So we'll get this. Let me check my inventory. Let's see what a shitty mess this looks like. I'm sure it's madness. Just okay. Double checked, looked over, make sure my mic was working because I didn't want to be in here for 9 minutes with no fucking sound again. But we're good. Okay. Let's see here. Got lots of money. Couple things. I don't think I have any. Yeah, wow, that's it. I have 3 spaces available apparently in my inventory, but I don't really have much to get rid of. I guess, I mean, I could transfer some of this money over now, I guess. I had brought all this money over because, well, my camp was short of money. In fact, they are short of money. You know what? I'm just going to dump a bunch of that on the camp, actually. Fuck it. It's not like I'm saving it for my retirement. We got 100 for... Okay, good.
Don't touch that.
Now
Mess
we'll
up
do
my
that.
system and I'll never be able to find anything.
Yeah. Caps lock? What are you talking about?
If you
Whoa,
grow up hungry,
caps
you
lock?
never stop thinking of
No. What the fuck is this caps lock shit? I'm not using the fucking... Okay, I hit A because that was what it used to be. I'm like, I'm not using a fucking hybrid keyboard, mouse, and controller combination scheme. Now you are out of your fucking mind. So that's a mislabel. Okay. Yeah, see, not enough coins to do anything. So I'm gonna give him some dough. I got 37 grand. I don't know. What do you think? I was gonna say 7,500. Yeah, I think that's a fair start.
Why carry all those trade goods?
Main thing is, just give him a second to like process that.
You got any good trading goods?
And then you can come back and check. And he'll suddenly have stuff that you can do. I don't have anything I can sell to you. Are you
Packed?
fucking serious right now?
You've come to bring me whatever you want packed.
What?
You got any good trading goods?
Okay, so see, he still doesn't recognize really that the money's there yet. Because once the system recognizes that the money's there, then he'll get prompted to say, yeah, there's, you know, he'll be able to do one of those 4 options. At least something with them. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why it wasn't letting me sell him stuff. Because now it looks like it's going to. Oh, it's considered donating. To me, it's the same thing as selling because, you know, your contribution points or whatever, that's what you're getting. And I assume we get our own contribution points since pretty sure I saw something on video recently that talked about that. And we're going to be either in this update, it might even be here, I don't know. We're getting our own contribution posts at our main camp. That would be nice. Then those fucking really cool armors and shit that you can normally only get at contribution shops at other places, we'd be able to get here. Okay, what else? Okay, I don't want to sell any of this. I thought I had there was an armor. There was a glove that I had. Maybe there it is. Yeah, because that's broken. I think that's it. Everything else stays.
Why
but
carry all those trade goods? Stay sharp out there.
I'm carrying an extra shield. I'm really trying to carry like nothing extra at this point,
Glad you're here.
because even with all the expansions to the inventory, it's still not enough. It's crazy. It's just not enough, man. If I carry like the bare minimum, it's not enough. I certainly can't carry a fucking any extra shields. And see, like this shield, I really dig this shield. Mainly because I think it's really cool looking. But now I got this shield and it's even more Mac Daddy. So, you know, I'm just going to carry 1 shield. I'm not going to carry 3 because I'm not going to eat up the inventory spots. However, I have currently, also I'm not going to carry this for the same reason. Because I'm carrying 2 two-handed swords. And one of them, I can only put 5 abyss gears in one of them. Because I don't have 10 abyss gears, first of all. And even if I did, I wouldn't put them in 2 of the same type of weapon. But what I do want is some kind of a spear now. Because I want a 2-handed spear. Thank you. Okay. Because I want a weapon that I can vault off of. Because I miss being able to do that. Because there's a few moves that you can do with the spear that you cannot do with any other of the weapons. Thank you. Fuck. English is so hard. Oh, when did I get that? When did I get that? Wait a minute. Okay, I'm confused. Isn't that the same fucking... No. Hold on. Okay, now we gotta check. So I'm thinking that that's gotta be the armor that was on my roiler. And if it is, why it's in there right now, I don't know. Or I picked up an extra set of armor somewhere. So I'm gonna go here and talk to the stable.
Huh. Are you in need of a new ride?
And get my roiler. Okay, that's my normal horse, Brutus. He's my Rocade. Okay, that's right. So my roiler normally has that other fancy fucking shit on, and I got this real basic looking shit, which I liked it strictly because it is real basic. It looks totally like a peasant would use. And at some point, I'm gonna have an alter ego for my knight, and he's gonna be like the peasant rider, and he's gonna be the peasant that rides around taking care of business. You know what I mean? Something like that. And so this is gonna be his getup. Now, the reason he's on this horse is just because I wanted to see what this looked like. The armor looked like on any horse, and I didn't want to take all my shit off my normal horse and then put all the shit back on. So that's why I did this. But I'm also thinking I might actually, when I do all that, I'm either going to use this horse. I like Gus because he was my original horse in the game. And so, I kind of got a little attached to him up until I got my Rocade. And he's like level 3, so his stats aren't terrible. They're nowhere near like either Roiler or Rocade as far as like the health and those kind of things. Like Roiler's 700. They're both level 3, but she's 700. Brutus is ridiculous. 890? Yikes. He's a fucking beast. And then this Jane is a Herspia, named her after my grandmother. And because I don't normally like the Herspias, but this one just looked a little bit different, a little prettier. So I named her after grandma. And then the Elantrema, maybe that's better. This one I just found, not yesterday, the day before. And it's one of the beefier horses out in the way outs there. And I really like this horse. So I think this will probably be the one. Yeah. Okay, so let me get this off of her once.
A horse.
It's a pain that
I've got just
to remove
the
the
one.
armor you have to
You
equip
need to
the
take off
horse.
the saddle. Let the horse rest every now and then.
It's to me. Go ahead, get off. Anything that has to do with the stable, I feel like the stable guy should be able to handle that. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove this stuff. Okay, so that took all that off. So now I'm going to go in here and talk to him, pull my Elantrema. I have decided that's how I'm going to say that, Elantrema. Going to pull out my Elantrema.
A horse.
Yes.
I've got just the one.
Yes. So this one doesn't have a name yet. I don't like Elantrema. So let's fix that shit right now. Let me see. What should we do for a name? This is like fucking naming your child. So, okay. I'm gonna do this. She'll never know, but this is actually an ode to my ex-wife. I think that was the name she wanted. So the deal was when we had a kid, when we got pregnant, right? If it was gonna be for naming the kid, we were trying to decide on first name. So we came with an agreement, right? And based on what the sex was, that would be who got to choose the name. So if it was a boy, the name that I picked was going to be the name, and if it was a girl, she got to pick the name. Just that simple. So I knew it was going to be a boy, so I just fucking knew because of the genetic makeup of my family. We literally only make boys. My dad had 2 boys, no girls. His brother had 16 kids. 16 kids, 1 girl. 15 boys. Come on. So genetically, I knew as soon as we found out that she was pregnant that she was having a boy. So yeah, and so I like the name Nathaniel for a lot of reasons, but that's the name that I liked. And he's partially named after one of my favorite football players, Nat Moore from the Miami Dolphins. Yeah. So, and then she wanted Skylar. So if it was a girl, it was going to be Skylar, and if it was a boy, it was going to be Nat. And so I won. So this is her little win. She'll never know about it.
You must be looking for a horse if you're here.
Yeah, so let's pull her out. Yep.
Are you in need of a new ride?
And then I want to see what this raggedy armor looks like on him or her. I guess it's a her probably. Hold on, Skylar. Relax. Okay, so I need to do this. There we go. So I've got the fancy stuff and I've got the ghetto stuff. So the fancy stuff, I mean, the fancy stuff might look better on her since she's a brown horse. Maybe it will look better on her. Oh, wait a minute. So first, here's the junk stuff. I'll show you that. Oh, wait a minute. I did like a I did the junk stuff with the fucking fancy head thing. That's even more ridiculous looking. Oh, my God. Right, so take this off. Take this off. And we should just, really, none of this should be on here at all. And then she should just, yeah, that's it. So where's the other outfit? Where's the other horse outfit? Because I had a whole another horse. Oh, come on. I thought it might be under armor since it is horse armor. I don't see it there. Oh, wait a minute. So here's this. Why can't we use that? It doesn't say. It doesn't say. It also doesn't say that we can't use it. So I'm confused. Okay, let's start with this. So if I make sure that I remove everything from her first, and then see if the inventory changes. Oops. Too fast on the buttons, bro. Nope, still can't equip it from here. But I also can't equip these from here either. So what the fuck does that mean? Oh shit, we got a new thing just about the horse? Wait a minute. What is this? Oh no, that's gambling. Ha! See, wow. Dyslexic artistic moment. See, in my weird head, when I came down to this tile in the bottom right down there, that actually looked like a fucking horse to me. So now if you blur your eyes and look at it real quick, it looks like a horse to you too. Yep, I thought it was a horse with that fancy armor on. That's pretty funny, but it's not. That's not what it is. Jesus. Okay, so why can't I enable that and do maybe the stable guy can do it? He's got nothing to say because he's a boring fuck. See, I think his only options are to manage the horses, but manage to him does not mean load supply to mount. Okay, this is for like stuff that I'm gonna sell. I can get one load of trade goods on my horse. I don't even know what anybody wants out there. Well, one problem at a time.
I've got just the one.
So yeah, when I do manage horses here, these Wow, nice whistle. These are my only options. Okay, that's what I wanted to see was, did it show on the top wheel what they're wearing it? And it does, so, okay. So this doesn't solve my problem. Switch mount, sell horse, change name. That's it. Skill details, I can see that. That's so weird.
A horse? I've got just the one. Sometimes I swear horses have more sense than people.
Okay. Now all this shit's available to her again. Okay, so Calfadian boarding, Hernandian. The Hernandian is what I already know. That's the really fancy, cool shit. And I got that, sorry, for pre-ordering. So a bunch of you, I'm sure, have that too, if not all of you. And then, so this is the one I want. Yep, okay. Okay, so this is this basic junky armor that I got. And it is totally ghetto, and I'm cool with that. Because I am going to also dress my guy down to make him definitely a bit more ghetto. And so to do that, we are going to look more like something like this. Okay, no more metal boots. We go to soft boots. Now I'm going to be very vulnerable while I'm wearing this because, yeah, it's got nothing protected. They are refined though. So they're not defenseless, but there's no abyss stuff in these pieces. Okay, and then I'm going to do... so I have two options with this. I have two ways that I envision my dude. Right now, with his hat on, just the way he is, he's like my... Well, I'm going to take the mask off of him. He's my Italian, like, road guy. Like he's from the Renaissance times. But he's Italian because of the rake of his hat, and he's so dark-haired. That's how I picture him. You know, and he's still like a normal guy. Still kind of fancy because of those big fucking shoulder pads, though. So the other idea is more along these lines, because I dig this fucking cloak. And that's why I can wear it with the hat and the hood goes down. That's a new thing that they did with this patch, too, by the way. I don't think it was in the previous patch. It was either this patch or the previous one, but either way. So that's a new thing, that the cloak will go down with the hat on. Before it would not. You just wouldn't see the hat. So that's cool. I dig that look. And to me, I mean, it looks pretty realistic. Like, that looks like something somebody would wear. Possibly, you know.
You're not dragging trouble behind you, are you?
Now, really, chances are you wouldn't wear that hat with a hoodie. You might wear a different hat, like a skull cap kind of hoodie. Yeah, but with a hood, you wouldn't wear a hat that had a fucking brim. But anyway, it still looks cool. You know, some people wear hoodies and with the intent of never putting the hood up, and in which case, you know, that's a cool look, I think. You know, we all want to look different, right? So before I go out on any adventures, I usually stop and see my cook boy here, and I get stocked up on his good stuff. Oh, no. Thank you, though. Now, I can make all kinds of good shit while I'm out on the road, too, and that's perfectly fine. But then that means I have to carry ingredients and stuff, and I don't want to do that.
Time for me to cook up some fantastic food.
Yeah, speaking of which,
your vegetables.
I thought
Diet matters.
I thought the new inventory thing made it so that this what am I looking for? This chest that we have now at our house could hold like these kind of things. Ingredients, materials, this one. So I thought the deal was you could put stuff in here now and actually still use it while you're out and about. That was my understanding. Now this is for gatherables. And then what do we have here? And this is collectibles. Collectibles, I know that's a different thing. Collectibles is like, well, I guess here's collectibles. So these things. Notes, books, stuff like that. I don't know what else. So I just said notes and books because that's what I see in front of me. Made the most fucking sense. Excuse me. So I don't know what other kinds of items go in there, but not what I'm looking for. Regardless, I do know that. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So what I want to do... Fuck. Probably shouldn't have smoked that weed. Oh, that's bright as fuck. Oh my god. Man, shit does seem super fucking bright. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, that's even brighter. Interesting. That's kind of washed out though. So I'm just trying to get the reshade to look as good as it possibly can here. Just take 1 second. Whoa, that makes big differences depending where I put that. Okay, that's what I was trying to see. So with the reshade, it uses multiple shaders that work together, and different shaders all work together differently. So it's kind of an art form figuring out which ones do what and accomplish exactly whatever it is the vision that is that you have for your shit. In my case, I'm going to unsaturate this a little bit. So this coloration is more in line with what the devs want out of the box. It's more blue and fairy tale. The sky is very blue. In fact, if I go even deeper, I mean, they want it more like this. Like, they want it really fucking blue. Now, real weather would have it, it'd probably be more like this is what it would look like. In fact, we can change the colorfulness. See, these things are so fun to work with. Now that right there, it looks quite a bit more realistic. And then, like, the contrast needs to change a little bit. I want him to look at me. There we go. Oh, actually, that's pretty fucking good. It's already better now. Just for making those two changes, the contrast looks better. Because it was so dark before when I turned around, I was losing all the detail around his neck and under his hat and shit. Now I can see everything. So that looks really good. So now I can just save my reshade. If you've never used reshade, it's one of the best things ever. And up here in the upper right hand corner, if you click that, that saves everything how you saved it now. So I just made some changes down here. I also changed the order of the shaders here. Because the order, like I was saying, the order that you put these in changes how they work in unison. It's not just that you have all these, it's what order they actually go in. So they get operated from top to bottom. The top one is the first one that gets loaded, and then they all get loaded after that. But anyway, you can learn all about reshade from reshade. But if you ever have any specific questions about it, feel free to message me on here on YouTube, or you can email me at tiberiusjones@gmail.com too, and I will answer. Oh, that actually on my curved OLED, sometimes the 3D is so convincing that, like, that time when I looked down like that, I actually moved my head towards the screen and I got a little bit of vertigo. Like I was looking down an actual drop like that. I was like, whoa. And that happens sometimes. Curved screens are amazing, but when you have an OLED that's curved, I'm just telling you, this shit, the OLED was the single best decision I ever made in upgrading my computer. Okay, so reblockating and rematching. I did a little reading to make sure I was at least somewhat prepared before walking into here. When you look on the map, there's going to be spots that are indicated. Oh, wow. They changed. What the fuck is this? The filters changed. So this is supposed to be filters of everything you can see on the map. Okay, here we go. Environment. So all is. That's crazy. Okay, anyway, this is everything you can see on the map. Oh, it's because it was I had it on quests. That's why it was weird. Okay, so we just want to pull up. I think it's actually called like boss fights or something like that. Special locations. Let's see. Oh, they actually call him a smuggler now? They didn't call him a smuggler before, did they? Did they call him something different, like the black market something or something like that? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, still not seeing anything. Okay. Oh, memory fragments. That's right. So the memory fragments will show previous bosses that you have encountered. And they look, well, kind of like what that little pictograph looks like, a yellow circle on the map. So it is, let's see, one of these. Okay. So there you go. Memory fragment. That's one. Now, when you come across one that's a boss, it'll actually show the boss and it'll talk about it. I know one of these does because when I looked at it earlier, I think this one has both. Yep. Okay. Matthias. Now, oh yeah, he's downtown. So he's the first guy we fought in Hernan. That's right. So we can go back and fight him. And depending on a couple different factors, we should have two options to fight him. One is, let me see. I think it's just called rematch, and the other one is like not reinvent, but something like that. And basically, the differences are you can just go back and replay it, or you can go back and replay it with level matching, essentially. So now you have to be higher level already than the boss for this to even work. But assuming that you are higher level than the boss was at the first encounter, this time he will his level will be adjusted up to meet you. So that's pretty cool. And I was hoping that that's the way they were going to do it. Excuse me, I got to sneeze. Oh my god. Oh, whew, sorry. My goodness. Shit. Okay, so that's the basic difference between the two. And sorry, I'm trying not to do that. He, like that, and it makes a really loud sound in the headphones, so I apologize. Okay, so if I go here, well, let's go. We'll just go see. Right, there's nothing to just accept from here, so I guess I need to go to the spot. Oh, I forgot I need to reinstall my fucking... Oh, shit. Hell, I gotta do that, man. I usually play with a fucking stamina mod. because that's my pain point in this game, is the way they handle stamina. I don't like it, especially now that so much is reliant on the new way of traversing the world, and it's too stamina dependent. I'm not going to be held back by stamina. So I got a mod from Nexus Mods that allows me to basically not run out of stamina, more or less. I mean, you run out a little bit, but essentially you never run out. And once you get used to having it, you just don't want to give it up. And there are a few of these bosses that are like stupidly hard, and so I was considering changing the difficulty level since they were going to make that an option, right? But then I read the patch notes, and the patch notes just say that the only thing they were really changing is the difficulty of the combat. Well, the general combat is my favorite part of the game, and it's, I don't want to change the difficulty of that. I just didn't want to have the stamina thing be a fucking issue. So I was hoping that you could either make stamina adjustments, turn stamina off, have a more granular way to actually adjust your personal difficulty, I guess. Yeah, personal. That's a good way to say it. Personal difficulty. So I made the other choice. I went ahead and got the mod, and so I have unlimited stamina, but my actual combat is still. It's not a given that I'm gonna win every time that I play, because I still take health damage at 100%, so I still have to carry a lot of food and be prepared to heal during combat, just like anybody else would. The only difference is, like my special moves, I can make those, pretty much unlimited, because I have unlimited stamina and spirit. So I can end fights a lot faster, which is also nice. Okay, so what am I looking for here? It said this was the area right here, and then when I got over here, the point on the map disappeared. That's very strange. Let's see, I'm trying to remember the story.
Life's a blessing, eh?
Life's a blessing, eh? Oh yes, they're supposed to... They indicated also that there were new posters going to be up, but there's not. But there's a board here now. I don't recall, honestly, if that board was there before or not. It probably was. Yeah, it probably was, is my guess. Okay, I'm confused.
Keep your weapon sheathed, and we'll get on just fine.
Right, here's the... Yeah, okay, that's there, and the tavern's right there. Okay, that's right. Man, I don't know why I was so confused for a second. Shouldn't have smoked that weed before it came on. Okay.
I just can't imagine my life without weed. We use it everywhere.
I can't imagine my life without weed either. I love that.
Good day.
Good day. Okay, so... I was trying to find him to rematch. Where the fuck?
I just can't imagine my life.
The first time we fought him, you know what? It was on the next street over. That's right, it wasn't on this main street. He was over here. He was like on this road.
Hey, it's you.
Maybe up here. God damn it.
Cut that out, or I'll have you cut.
Okay. This is a reminder to me of how much of a maze this town seemed like the first few minutes that I was in it when I first got it. Because when you're looking for something, you don't know where it's at. Suddenly, the town becomes big again. It's like, oh shit. Okay, well right here's an indicator of something, but all I see is this shit. So what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Oi, what the fuck are you doing?
Sorry. I wasn't... I'm just trying to talk to you. I really need to fix
Those
that.
children never sit still for a moment. Off running who knows where again. I just hope they're eating.
It's my biggest fucking pet peeve. Because the movement is so shitty. You're constantly running into NPCs because they don't activate the fucking interact thing till you're 6 inches from their fucking face. It's really annoying. Okay, so I'm not finding this fucking knight. Where the fuck is he at? And you would think since it's a rematch thing, it would be a bit more obvious. Well, it's indicating he's like right the fuck here. So it's indicating he's like right here. Like he should be standing right here. Okay, where's my mark? I just put on the fucking map. I just put a mark on the map. Why would it take my mark away? Keep my mark on the fucking map, you bitch.
From the top, who are you?
Okay, so it indicates that it's right here. This shit here. It's indicating this right here. Oh, turn on lantern. Okay. Okay. I don't understand. So I turned on the lantern. Yeah.
Hello, stranger.
Sinner!
Retard. I can stop doing bad. You can't get smart.
Fine day, isn't it?
Not
If you're
really.
slow, you're
Can't
just a
find this
tool for
motherfucker.
someone sharper.
May I be of assistance? I've been working since sunup and I'm not half through. I'd need 3 pairs of arms to get everything done by day's end.
Yep. I mean, it's indicating definitely right here. It's indicating this fucking pile of fucking shit. So that's very interesting. So for whatever reason, it's not letting me activate those guys. And that is clearly supposed to be them. Yeah, nothing interesting going on here. Okay, well, let's try a different one. Fuck. Fuck, I'm gonna use my mouse. Just way easier. Fucking piece of shit. Kalok the Horn Splitter. Okay. I don't even remember beating him. Okay, so there's nothing to do. Nothing to select on him. So now I'm zoomed all the way in. Oh, that's my wagon. I can set a marker. And I set a destination.
Be somewhere else.
Oh, suck my dick. Let's go check this out. So let's see what the deal is. Maybe we'll find something interesting. I don't know. Fucking glide mechanic. It only works like half the fucking time now, I swear. Okay. She's fucking tripping balls. Okay, so this is my wagon here. If somebody else tried to pull their wagon up next to mine, what the fuck you doing? This is my parking spot. My wagon is bigger than your piece of shit. You see that? Retard. Okay, let's move along over this way.
Do you need something, stranger?
Yeah, I want to see what this guy's doing with my fucking horses. Don't be fucking with my horses, man.
Fair weather.
Cool statue. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, other direction there, bro. Movement feels really fucked up. And again, it's showing keyboard commands on my fucking prompts instead of showing the controller fucking controls.
Take a look at what's coming today.
He still doesn't want to buy any of my shit. Nope.
Coin to here's to a prosperous partnership ahead.
Doesn't seem very likely the way you treated me the last few times. Okay. What is your fucking major malfunction, numb nuts? Big, hairy loser. Okay, I just got money. 2 light copper pouches. Oh, we must have finished. Must have finished the wagon making stuff. Oh, first I'm trying to figure out. Oh, fuck you. Get out of my fucking way. Okay. It's indicating it's right here. Hello? Anything to say? Apparently not.
Seems like that place wears down all who tread it. Near Spider Castle. Patrolmen complain of splitting headaches. They say the air there reeks of something foul.
Thank you. Jesus.
If you're slow, you're just a tool for someone sharper.
Yeah. Fucking idiots. Okay, well, I don't know. Well, according to the marker, the who I'm supposed to talk to is supposed to be literal. I'm standing on the spot. What the fuck? Okay, it's not doing anything. Wow. It's awesome when you introduce a new mechanic and it doesn't work right out the gate. That's great. no problem giving them like a fucking bribe.
This is for you. Work like that deserves praise.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, the wandering around, bumping into everything really gets fucking old, man.
Interested in wares from the far corners of the world?
Yeah, if it's me selling them to you. Then I got all kinds of a shitload of
The
interest.
guild's reputation is second to none. Take a look. I hope today marks the beginning of a new partnership.
Fuck, okay. All right. So, I'm not sure what we should be doing now. I was expecting to get a rematch of some kind here. This is 2 in a row where I'm not getting anything. And it looks like the last one, there was a pile of shit left. But that was like clearly knight type shit. So, you know, plate armor, plate fucking shield, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So you get reminisce, face off against the boss once more as they appeared in your first encounter, or resonate, a threat worthy of your strength awaits. So that one's tiered up to your fucking damage. Well, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be nearly impossible. Because I'm way stronger than I was then, which means he's gonna be way stronger than way stronger. No, enter is correct.
You lost your war, Northlander. For daring to stand before me, you will now lose your...
Oh, damn. Okay. A skill has been learned. Evasive roll. Yep. Okay.
This power is mine. No one can take it from me.
Oh, wrong.
Might is power. Dual pate coveting my strength.
Oh, this big one's trouble.
Your life is nothing but fodder for my blade.
Nice. Damn. Ooh, oh, I wasn't paying attention to my health. I was getting all full of myself. I had evaded him a couple of times. So yeah, I was a little full of myself there. Okay, let's get better food going, first of all. What the fuck is up with this? Yeah, now... Really? Damn. It's not my fault I knocked him out of the fucking zone. What? Oh my god. I'm not sure if I was like super low on energy there or if he really hit me that hard. I'm not positive. Ooh, it's fucking me up. Oof.
Not looking there, aren't?
I'm just punching the fuck out of him. Ooh. Nice. Get to replay in black and white this time. That's dope.
No! Quickly! Tend to my wounds!
They finish him off. That's fucking... That's dark. I love it. I kind of wish they wouldn't switch to the black and white, though. I want to see it in all its color.
Guild once said, "A merchant lives and dies by the trust they foster." But look at us now. All we have fostered is blood and lies. It is time I set things right. We will rebuild that trust and restore our good name.
Shaka-too! Oh, damn, I missed the end of the basketball game. Hey, Google, who won between the Sixers and Celtics tonight?
Today, the 76ers played the Celtics. The final score was 109 to 176ers.
Oh, Sixers beat the Celtics in Boston in Game 7. Unbelievable. I fucking love it. Fucking love it. Yes, I didn't like the choice there of them going to black and white at the end of the fight. Just because, you know, it's kind of a longish cutscene. I don't want to watch the whole thing in black and white. Now, for a second, I thought they were just showing, like, the end of the actual fight being in black and white. Like, me finishing him off. That's okay. I'd have been okay with that. But I didn't want to see the whole cutscene in black and white like that. Okay, so... But that was cool. That was a fun fight. And actually, that was a fun fight. So I'm glad I did that again. Cool. So we know it works. The rematching at least works. Now, the reblockading, I'm 90% sure that that's working too, because I got a couple of messages earlier when I was in game briefly. Stuff flashed across my screen in the upper left-hand corner saying something about reblockading. Somebody was doing something somewhere. I just didn't catch where it was. So, let's see what our journal says. Excuse me. Okay, this is just normal stuff. Yeah, normal stuff. I'm looking to find information about this that, damn it. It's like, it's stupid not just to clear this out while you're in here. Okay, okay. So we had rematches, now we want to figure, yeah, we want to figure out reblockading. Canal travel. Ah, here we go. Okay. Okay, cool. So, oh, nice. You can open the map to go right to them. Sweet. Now we're talking. So, I'll never play the Crimson Nightmare again. Fuck that douchebag. The Reed Devil, he was alright. We just played him. He's okay. Matthias, it wouldn't fucking fight him. Well, I'm kind of curious now. Now that it worked, if this one will work. And I kind of feel like we need to check just to verify now, because I feel like it's my duty. So let's do it. Let's do it. Need to make some more coffee. Yes, what time is it? 9:30. Then I need more coffee. I've been getting in the habit. I'm older than I look. At least I like to think so. So I'm years old, and I never used to nap ever. But recently, I've kind of, my sleep's been way fucked up. Well, that's all. Even that is like totally subjective. Your sleep being fucked up, like my sleep's always been fucked up. Since I was like 11, I never go to bed before like 1 in the morning. Literally. When I was a teenager and shit, my mom used to come in and she'd crack the door and be like, okay, you need to turn TV off. And, you know, like when I was real young, I would turn it off. And then I would lay there and I wouldn't go to sleep and I'd be frustrated and shit. And it was not a good scene. So then later, I just started leaving it on. And she'd come in and I'd turn it off for 5 minutes. As soon as she shut the door, I just turned it back on. And I just leave it on. And then she caught me a few times, like, I left it on and she came back later and, you know, was doing the white noise thing or whatever. She gave me shit about it. And finally I was like, look, Mom, I'm not like you. I don't sleep. You see, my mom and my brother are the same. They go to sleep whenever they go to sleep, doesn't even matter. And they wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning without an alarm clock every morning. Now, they have an alarm set just in case. They're not stupid. But they wake up without the alarm every day. And my mom taught me the trick to that. And she said, look, what I do is every night, right before I'm going to sleep, I just tell myself, I'm going to wake up by 8 a.m. 8 a.m. or whatever her time is. And then literally every day she wakes up at 7:59. Literally. I'm like, whatever, that's bullshit. So, and it sounds like bullshit when I'm telling it to you guys. But certainly, but then I tried it myself, and suddenly I found that it actually does fucking work. Totally. You can totally program your fucking brain. And now when I do it, it works perfectly. And it doesn't matter how much or how little sleep I've had. If, as I'm lying down, I go, all right, I want to wake up at this time. I literally, if I say 8 o'clock, I wake up at 7:59, right before the alarm goes off. It's fucking uncanny. It's really crazy. But lately, my sleep has been even more fucked up than usual for me. And so I've been taking occasional naps, and I find that they really help. Well, the main thing is, I saw this thing from a doctor, and he was saying how power naps are a real thing, and they actually are very effective. And he was like, basically, if you're in the right place and if you get 15 minutes of restful napping, that can actually be as powerful as 4 hours of full sleep. And I was like, damn, really? And he's like, yes, yeah, that is the case. But yeah, so I was like, that was shocking to me. So then I didn't feel so dumb about napping. Because I used to feel dumb about napping. I'm like, man, I'm not that old. I don't need a fucking nap. Well, fucking. Oh, and the other thing he talked about is evolutionary wise, we're designed for naps anyway. Our natural state is that we do nap. When that was added to the equation, well, then it was just dumb, to not nap, not to try to like. It was dumb to fight to stay awake just because I thought it was kind of dumb to nap. So now, if I'm fucking tired, I'll just shut my eyes wherever I'm at, and if I catch 5 or 10 minutes of fucking beauty sleep, sometimes I wake up and I do literally. What the fuck do you want?
Children learn by watching what.
I think he's trying to pick my fucking pocket. I don't like it. He's like following me around. You see that? Okay. I think he got. Oh, we got a scuffle over here.
Anything to spare?
Okay, so yeah, the night stuff is still here.
Please help me.
Please help who?
There's good days and bad days.
Oh, I thought this guy
That's
needed
just
help. I was
how
coming
life
to his
is.
rescue. Apparently not. So I thought it was a memory thing, and I've got this out to see it. What was that? You heard the chigging sound, right? Okay, what is this? It looks like it's activating one of the stones. Okay, but I don't know which one, apparently. Okay. That's useful. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea which of these I'm supposed to pick to. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go to the top. Look at this. Bosses. Ah, okay. Fucking hell. Yeah, Matthias. Okay, and there's supposed to be something about us being able to get new mounts too, and legendary mounts apparently. So I don't know how to do that yet. We'll have to figure that out. Okay, the white bear of the high mountains. I don't get it. So that makes no fucking sense to me. I'm confused. I don't get it. Okay. So many things to do, so little time to fucking waste doing shit that doesn't work. I don't know. Okay, well, let's find other things to do then. Fuck it. Oh, my wagon should be done. Yes, my wagon will be done. Oh, come on, get off me.
Well, I appreciate you coming by to explain all of this. Oh, come on, my pleasure. You know, I'm actually glad to get out of hell for a minute. You know, Rush Limbaugh has been talking my horns off. Realize you got to build a.
Sorry, SNL and fucking what's his name? Shit. His name is escaping me. The dude from the British soccer show, where he's the American football coach and goes over to teach fucking soccer. He's on. And he's playing the devil. What did I come home for? Oh yeah, to check on my wagon. All right, let's see. Wagon boys over here.
Got something to move?
What do you mean retrieve and repair
The very
wagon?
basics to managing your wagon is regular inspection.
The wagon should just be there. I fucking... Ah, damn it. Getting this wagon thing going has been a fucking pain in the ass. Okay, yeah, the mission's fucking done. So where the fuck is my wagon?
I was about to ask you when you were heading out. You can always tell me who you're looking for.
I wanted to head out, but I don't have a fucking wagon that I ordered. Now, where the fuck is my wagon, you piece of shit? This is bullshit. I spent resources on that shit. Hello?
Tell me anything you need.
The wagon is too far away. Would you like to retrieve and repair the wagon? Some trade goods will be lost when the wagon is retrieved. If the wagon is destroyed, all trade goods will be lost. Now, this is the wagon that I have sitting out at the fucking trade goods place, hoping to sell stuff. So, obviously, I'm not going to bring it back. It's currently undamaged. And I could potentially come back and lose everything. So, no, don't think I'll be doing that. So why I don't have a wagon, I don't fucking have a clue. The only thing I can possibly think is it is late at night. Maybe I need to sleep till the morning and then do the interaction. So let's try that. It does not pay to play this game at night in almost any respect. So I generally don't. Yeah, we'll go 12 hours. I was going to just go 6 hours, but sorry, turn this volume down. Sorry about that. Okay, let's first of all go see if I have a wagon now. Nope, no wagon. Okay, that's really fucking annoying.
Wagons are my speciality.
Then where the fuck is my wagon, you cunt?
The very basics to managing your wagon is regular inspection.
Is this mine? So it doesn't say I can do anything with it.
been strangely sluggish these days.
Okay, now I'm kind of annoyed. I don't know what to fucking do. Whatever. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna go do my own thing. Let's just play the fucking game for a little bit. Got 15 minutes left in the show. It's been an hour and 15 already. Time fucking flies, man. And I mean, if it was just me playing, I would actually just keep going. But I have found if I go more than 90 minutes and people see that on the stream, they won't even check out the stream, which I don't blame them. I mean, if I see 4 hours on a video, I generally won't go on it either. There's very little you can do that's going to hold my attention for 4 hours. I'm sorry. It's just, being honest. Yeah, so I am trying to, and plus another YouTuber, is a friend of mine, basically said, because I was asking what can I do to try to get some kind of an audience, try to get anybody in. Like I'm not trying to get rich doing this. I would just like to have a few people in to at least share in the experience and have a conversation. That's what I'm trying to do, is have a conversation here about gaming and why we love it and what drives us crazy about it and kind of everything in between, to be honest. Okay, we gotta get some fireproof shit on because we are feeling the heat. Okay, I have fire level 3 on right now. I thought I had something that was fire resistance 5. Excuse me. No, this is fire resistance 1 versus 0. Damn, excuse me, I got the burp hiccups. It's a beautiful combination. No more fire stuff. How about my shoes? I think my shoes could be improved. Maybe. Currently, I have lightning resistance. They are a good defensive tool, though. My boots are pretty awesome, actually. But I don't have anything else for boots that has any fire resistance either, do I? No. Okay, how about my arms? Nothing there. Nothing there. Well, it looks like I just don't have very much fire resistance, I guess. Yeah, I guess not. So looks like that's about as good as it gets. I don't know that I can spend a whole lot of time here in the desert then if that's all the protection I have. That ain't much. Oh, is the train coming? The train is coming. Oh, I forgot I don't have my fucking stamina mod though. I can't just fly anywhere. Shit. Let's go over here. Oh, that didn't feel too good. Oh, I guess this isn't ore. This isn't ore that I can fucking do anything with. Sure isn't. Okay. Look at that timing. Okay, so here comes the train. Oh shit. Oh, I did grab it. Okay, that was that was lucky as fuck. Okay, so we're on top of the train. Alright, this is pretty cool. I rode the Red Dead Redemption 2 train pretty much all around the map. I mean, as far as it goes, which was a feat in and of itself. Figuring out how, I can't even fucking talk. Figuring out how you could actually get on the train, not get busted, and then not get kicked off mid-ride. And I was finally able to do that in Red Dead. Now this one, I don't even know how big I don't think the track here is very big at all, because this train only runs in the desert. I assume. You know, the Red Dead map ran all around the map. Now this, well, I was going to say something dumb. I was going to say, well, this area might be as big as the entire Red Dead map, but no. It is very big, and it would be a very sizable portion of the Red Dead map, though. And this train seems significantly slower than the Red Dead train. I mean, I think that's probably in my imagination, but I don't know. I doubt this is the thing you guys plan to do for the last 7 or 8 minutes, but this is probably what we're going to do, is ride this train. We're going to see where it comes out at. And then continue our adventures after that. I'll play a few extra minutes just to make up for the train riding. But you can sit back, smoke them if you got them. Enjoy the ride, see where this takes us. Hey, I like that sword. That is the Mac Daddy sword. Seriously. Love this bucket sword. And it doesn't even have, like, any special fucking powers. I don't think it has any extra fucking special stats, like speed attack or anything like that. It's just super cool looking. And I found it after a really big fucking fight. An area that I liberated where, you know, I just done like the 100-man fucking battle. And it took like 45 minutes or some shit. It was like really long. And then when I got done, I came into the little area there where it has, you know, the cooking thing, your anvil and grindstone. And sitting across the way, just sitting out, was that sword. Wasn't even in a chest or anything. Just propped up against a fucking table. And the blue, you could see it from across the map, so that's what caught my eye. And then I got up close, I was like, damn, that motherfucker is badass. So I thought it was going to have all these... Look at these guys. What the fuck? I got a whole... What the fuck is going on? Just threw him off the edge of the fucking thing. Okay. That was kind of weird. The random fucking pests on top of the fucking train. Okay. I'm trying to let him off the train. No, he still landed on the train. Okay, you guys are freaking me out. And we continue around the train tracks. Gotta like the volumetric smoke. Let's see if I have any water. Yes. Since it is. We are in fuego out here. For those of you who don't know, en fuego is on fire in Spanish. And no, I don't speak Spanish. I mean, muy un poco, so a little tiny bit. But yeah, my first wife was Puerto Rican, so she spoke. Actually, her first language was French. Her second language was Spanish, and her third language was fucking English. Because she was Puerto Rican, Irish, German, but she was raised in a convent school in Switzerland, of all fucking places. Yeah, that woman had a really interesting childhood. Not interesting in a good way either. So, anyway, there you go. eat some water. Yeah, it must be hot as fuck out here. I mean, I know I don't have a lot of fire protection, but at least I have a little bit. And I'm getting overheated fast. Alright, what's this coming up? By the way, I dig the crow. So, if you don't know, it is wise to get small birds for your pet because they loot about 3 times faster than, like, the dog. And it is, trust me, it is a huge fucking difference. Like, a lot of times, I'll be fighting, like, 10 or 15 dudes, and literally, as I'm wrapping up the last dude, as he hits the ground, my bird is picking up the last dude's shit and getting to the guy that I just dropped and picking up his shit, and everything's looted. I don't even have to wait around for a second. It's amazing. Whereas my dog, and he gets all the shit. He doesn't miss anything. My dog used to miss half the fucking shit, and he would take, like, forever. He's stupid. Just dumb. So, yeah, this is much better. So, highly recommend. It has to be a small bird. Apparently, it doesn't matter the type. Any small bird will do. And if you don't know how to do it, after the last update, in your inventory under, like, I think it's the tools section, now you have a bird feeder in there. It looks like sort of a dish with a leg, if that makes sense. Here, I'll show it to you. This is what it looks like. Come on, wrong button. So it's under this category, I believe. No. It's here somewhere. I think they moved it around again with this latest update. Make up your minds what you're doing, guys, please. Okay. Okay, where the fuck did they put it? It was with the fishing poles and shit. Yeah. It was in here with the fishing poles. I can hear the girl my roommate has over upstairs fucking talking through my mic. Okay, this is not cool. What does this mean? Suddenly we can't tame birds again? I'm definitely not seeing it. And this is definitely where it was. It was with the fishing poles. And the easy way that I remember that was fishing birds. They kind of go together in my head for some reason. So I was like, yeah, fishing birds, just remember that. And I'll know where to find that all the time. Because I couldn't find it the first few times I was looking for it. Yeah, it's acting like I don't even fucking have it anymore. So I guess they took away that. So I don't know what the action is to tame birds now. Because they had just made it. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's just, again, they're going too fast with some of these updates. You just made that fucking update. They released it in the last patch. Now in the next patch out, you fucking get rid of it. So now a mechanic that I like, getting this fucking bird, I don't have access to now. Or at the very least, you changed it and you didn't leave a fucking breadcrumb clue to let me know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. So dumb. Just fucking dumb. Alright, well, our show is technically over. It's been an hour and a half, but I'm still waiting to see where the end of this track comes out at. kind of looks like it wraps up right down there. See that? Looks like it goes up here, comes down, goes down to like there, and then ends because there's no track coming out the other side. Unless it's going directly into the fucking wall. I mean, which it may very well. Can't see down there to see that. It's in the deep shadow. Yeah. Well, now I want to know, and we're only like 2 minutes from finding out, so I might as well wait and find out. So I wonder what you guys think about my armor. Let me know in the comments. If you're watching even after the stream, I'd appreciate some input. I was going for black, but I don't have access to black yet. I have red and yellow. Well, red and yellow is technically all I have unlocked because I have also found green and blue. And I thought there was a third color. I think the other one was another shade of yellow, like a bright yellow or something. But anyway, but I did find the blue and the green. So, but I haven't found the blue or green dye houses. So the dye is useless until you go to that specific dye house, that's the worst part of that mechanic. I don't mind that you make me go around to all different places to find the dyes, but once I activate them, I should be able to use those dyes in any fucking dye house. You know, especially considering, if you think about it, in the mechanic, I'm bringing the dye. I'm the one who found the dye. I'm the one bringing the dye. I'm just asking the dye maker to do the fucking dyeing. And any dye maker, dyeing one dye is the same as dyeing any other dye. The process isn't going to change. So I'm just saying. Okay, the time-worn something. Knowledge attained. Time-worn ruins. Okay, it looks like we're going into the fucking wall. It definitely does. Oh shit, yeah, there's a tunnel. I may have to duck my head. Oh shit. He started walking off on his own. I didn't do that. Tight squeeze. Looks like we're gonna make it though. Weird lighting aberration. I feel like I'm at Disney World. Okay. Got a little bit of forest in the desert. Duskway Camp in Iron Crawler Station. Duskway Camp. Okay. Get knowledge of more places. This is kind of useful. These places will all be on the map now. Look at these guys up here. They look like trouble. I have to come back and clean up the floor with them. Sandy Peaks Watchtower. Mew Queen Outlaws. That must be those guys. Oh, they look kind of tough, too. Oh, shit. Okay, they look like the next fucking level. Yeah. That looks like a hell of a fight. And there's a lot of them. Wow. Okay, that's a compound and a half. That's going to be a fight that once you start, that's going to be at least an hour. At least an hour. This game, you know, this game is so amazing. Here I am. I'm roughly 380 hours in now. And I still, once in a while, I just find myself stopping and staring. And that horizon there was just had me stopping and staring. And this game's verticality, I never get over it. I love the verticality. High places are so powerful. Red River. Ah, that must be the Red River there. Cool, yeah, it's the whole river. That's a long flowing river. That's the first one of those I've seen. Okay. You know, I've seen a lot of real bendy rivers, but I haven't seen one that goes like long and more or less straight like that for a while. Or that goes long and straight for a while like that, rather. How hazy it is. The volumetric fucking atmosphere is so good. Riverstone Watchtower. Ah, okay, that must be that. I wonder how many of these spots are fucking fast travel portals. Probably most of them. Wow, it is hazy as fuck over here. Oh, it's because it's starting to rain. Yeah. It's raining, it's pouring. Such a great... The rain effects in this game are really great, too. I really think, like, that is the most convincing rain I've ever seen. And not so much the rain on top of the train. I'm talking about the rain in the atmosphere, like, in the air. The way they got the super fine raindrops, that's how rain really looks, you know? It's not some cartoon effect. So yeah, they really nailed that one. And then DLSS, they finally got the fix. I don't know. For those of you who don't use DLSS, you wouldn't know about this, but for anybody that was running DLSS 4.0 or higher, this game, DLSS was basically seeing that rain as screen noise and then removing it. So it'd be really weird because you'd be in the game and it'd be raining, and you'd hear the rain, but you wouldn't see any rain. You'd see the wet ground and wet surfaces, but no actual rain drops falling. Yeah. Now, I guess kind of the funny thing about that, too, is when that was happening, I did notice it, but I thought it was like a style choice. I didn't know that a glitch was happening. You know, I thought I just wasn't seeing the rain because, you know, that was their choice, I guess, you know. But no, it wasn't their choice. You were supposed to see the rain the whole time. Looks like lots of stuff to fight over here. Well, this track has already gone around farther than I expected. We've been going for like 14 minutes. Oh man, the clouds are so convincing. And I don't know 100% sure, but I'm 90% sure. Man, look at that volumetric fucking atmosphere. The way the light's coming around the trees, that is so fucking good. So anyway, when this game first came out, I don't think it had volumetric clouds at all, because when you looked at the clouds, the first few days this was out, they looked basically like kind of like fancy 3D stickers, I guess, floating in the sky. They didn't have any real, they weren't tangible at all. And then later, like, I don't know, 2 weeks in maybe, I was playing this and I looked up and I was like, oh shit, I can see like the sun coming around the edges of the clouds, and I could see that you could see through the clouds at parts. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not what these were before. That is not how they looked before. I know it. So I'm 90% sure they replaced it. They replaced all the sky with volumetric atmosphere about 2 weeks into this game's life. So I'd be curious to go on or ask the devs if I'm right about that, or if I check the review notes of the patches, if it says so. I'm sure it does. If they did it, I'm sure it says so. Most realistic water ever in a game? Yeah, probably. I think so. I mean, that shit is really realistic looking. I'm trying to decide if I like the way they're representing the lightning flashes on the ground or if I don't like it. I mean, I guess part of the thing is I don't know, what would be required to simulate lightning. Mathematically, that's a fucking hell of a calculation. A quick flash that lights up the entire environment, and you got to draw that as fast as it's happening. Basically, it's got to be an instant call with flashes. No, I don't know. And honestly, I don't know if that makes any difference. I might be talking out my ass. It seems to me it would. That it would, if you're covering, you have to draw a flash that covers all the texture of the terrain. That seems like that's a big draw to me. Which is probably why when they're doing it here, it's very spotty. Like, it looks like when the flash happens, they're only drawing not even half the ground. Right, and now that wasn't even a quarter of the ground. It was like very sparse. So it changes every time. But regardless, it doesn't really have any form. Okay, so I can see... Hold on, let me do it again. Okay, so it does appear at least that where they're representing it, it is on the surface. So I do see that. It is on the surface of the texture map or whatever. And that part's accurate, but like there's no gradation to the flash. The flash appears to be the same color everywhere. It's interesting. It's an interesting choice, It's neither good or bad. I mean, our processors, don't get me wrong, and our graphics cards are really fast, but that is a big fucking ask, man. I think that's a big fucking ask to do that big of a draw that fucking fast. I mean, I guess to do it effectively, you would probably... I mean, I'm not a programmer, but it makes sense to me that you would, hold that you'd preload that almost as an animation instead of as a simulation part of it. I don't know if you can do that when it is a simulation like this, but seems like that'd be what you would do. You would hold that in reserve, ready to go, rather than being a calculation that it has to make at the when the moment arrives. Sorry, I bumped my mic with my coffee. Damn, we're still not around this motherfucker. I'm sure anybody who was watching is probably left by now. Can't imagine anybody else is dumb enough to be as interested in this as I am. But I'm gonna see where this motherfucker lands. And I'm surprised we've seen this much greenery in the desert. Oh no, oh, I take it back. We're not in the desert anymore. We're in Delesia. We're in the Delesian territory, Chittering Forest. I never even noticed that we switched over. I wasn't looking for that because I just assumed. And there's your problem. Never assumed. Yeah, I just assumed it stayed in the desert. Oh, look at this. What are these lights? I wonder what these represent. I thought it might be a... Okay, we got mechanicals over here. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, my first time seeing big mechanicals. Okay. We're learning stuff. Okay, we got the stag guys. The stag guys have mechanical farm helpers. That's interesting. And they've got humanoid farm helpers that are like half animal, half humanoid. Another mechanical over there. This guy is like, I don't know what he is. Human or humanoid. That's a human right there. Alright, we got some people. That's a very interesting town right there. Wow, it's kind of big. I mean, ground-wise, that's one fucking town. Oh wow, look at that. Just never get over the lighting. It's so good. God, look at that rain, man. It's so good. So I know most people probably find this boring as fuck, but it's the technology that that's more than half the fun of gaming these days to me. Is just seeing what my computer is capable of. Because I've watched the evolution of gaming for its entire existence. I'm about the same age as this entire industry. Going back to, I was born in the 60s, okay? Yeah, I'm that old. So, you know, I've been around since, well, I had the first Pong console in 1975, and I've had most of all the consoles that have ever come out since then. Not all of them. Nobody's had all of them. It's just too much fucking money, and a lot of them weren't worth even having. But of the ones that were viable, that had a good life, I've probably owned, you know, at least 3/4 of them. You know, so that's a lot. So I think, if nothing else, I can speak from experience across a wide variety of gaming subjects going back 50 years, basically. Yeah. More mechanicals. It's a crazy fucking landscape with the fucking mechanicals and shit. It makes you think, what the fuck is the history of this fucking world? I just love their choices. These guys are so brave. in a lot of ways. Like I was saying the other day in the stream that I was really I was impressed that they chose to have a Caucasian lead, a guy who's got a thick Scottish fucking accent, and you know he goes around, and I'm watching these girls play the game the other day, and he's calling them cunts as they walk by, or he wasn't. The NPCs were calling him a cunt, you know, and their plan is him, so they're in essence calling them cunts, and they're just giggling. They thought it was fucking like priceless, hilarious. In real life, how many girls would do that if you called them a fucking cunt? They'd be, yeah, okay, go for it. See what happens. But you know, this game gets away with it, and it comes off as charming. It's amazing. Because, yeah, those are brave choices. In this fucking super politically sensitive, politically correct, overly sensitive fucking era that we live in, yeah, those are pretty brave choices. But, you know, in Korea, they're not held to the same kind of Bible Belt standards that we're held to here. So, good for them in that respect. Just notice there's quite a bit of aliasing on the lines of the train here. Like, you know, those lines that are moving where the bolts are next to. If I shift up, if I change the angle of how I'm looking at them, they got quite a bit of jaggies. Yeah, a lot of jaggies there. There are a lot of diagonal lines. Ideally, you wouldn't see that. I mean, that might just be a result of the DLSS setting that I chose. Hard to say. Okay, looks like the rain is about to let up. Where are we at now? We're still in Deletion territory in the Eastern Hills. Wow, this train is definitely bigger than the one in Red Dead. Because we have now been on this. Yeah, I rode the entire Red Dead train in like 22 minutes. And we've now been on this for 23, 30 minutes. Exactly, just about 30 minutes. So this train is bigger than the one in Red Dead 2. And we're not at the end yet. I'm curious to see. I'm going to let the motherfucker roll. I'm going to let the stream roll until I get to the end of this train. So wherever it's going, we're going to find out together. So this is a good time to smoke them if you got them. I'm gonna. Just trying to keep the view interesting. God, look at the level of detail on the ground there. Oh, just fucking stunning. And you know, it was already stunning before the, not this update, but the update previous that they did the big texture. Look at the fucking like Trojan horse back there. That is fucking cool. But when they released the 40 gig texture pack, that's where all that detail comes from. And it was obviously needed because the foreground pop-in was so distracting. You know, like pop-in in the distance, when that happens, it's you know, you don't want to see it, but it's almost like you can accept that to a degree. Because it is drawing stuff that's way out there. And draw distance is a big thing that we judge games on, because when you don't have pop-in at a distance, it comes across as very impressive. And it's just that much more immersive. So then when you had this pop-in literally happening at your feet, wherever you went all the time, that was so jarring to me. Like, it just totally pulled me out of any suspension of disbelief that I was having. It just pulled me right out of that. Pulled me out of the fantasy. So yeah, when they released that 40 gig texture pack, now not only did everything look way sharper in the far distance and up close, but it eliminated the pop-in. Now, I mean, I might see something pop in once in a great while, but I'm talking like it's pretty fucking rare. So yeah, that's an amazing change. But I was telling somebody the other day, I don't believe that all these updates, there's no way that they have put all these updates together after the fact. Some of this shit, if not the vast majority of it, was already in the can, waiting to be turned on, essentially. You know, like these are modular options in the game that are already built in for the developers to just go in and turn off and turn on. And that's, I think, is more what they did. Now, they might have had some actual code writing and like adjusting the controls, because the controls definitely did need some real, like, you know, ground level fucking redos. So I could see that. They might have done some real code work with the controls, but everything else, probably not, in my estimation. Again, I might be totally wrong and talking out my ass, but I don't think so. Look at the wood. The wood post looks so real. That's the ray reconstruction. It's literally doing math, and it's recreating every ray of light that's coming into the scene and bouncing off these stones and everything. That's why everything looks, and the wood posts here, everything looks super fucking solid because of that ray reconstruction. But the amount of math that's happening right now in this tunnel to make the light fade accurately. Oh, see it moving across the top? The shadow, that's so good. That is so good. That is a lot of fucking math, man. That is so cool. And it's so cool that it does all that and maintains a steady frame rate the whole time. See, some of you younger guys may not appreciate the fact that, like, I mean, from my perspective, we're just now coming into an era where at least 90% of what the people my age have always dreamt of in gaming is now actually technically possible. We've never had computers strong enough. Wow, look at this. Oh shit, look at this. What the fuck? Whoa, that freaked me out. I'm not real into bugs, man, and big mechanical bugs are even scarier. Whoa. Dew Haven territory. So we're in Dew Haven now. I don't think I've even been in Dew Haven. I think this is my first venturing into Dew Haven. So this train is definitely bigger than I expected. So now I'm glad I came. I wish I could have sat down up here, though, instead of having to stand the whole time. That would have been nice. I'm going to smoke a oney. We're now up to 36 minutes. 36 minutes on the train. And you know I'm going to go the whole way now. 36 minutes in, I'm not going to jump the fuck off. Just observing. Alright, we got some peasants hanging out. Looks like their town just got fucking destroyed. Oh my god. And they're hanging out like, what the fuck happened? Again, the fucking attention to detail in this game. The wet rocks look so fantastic. So my settings here, I changed them earlier in the stream. The video settings are set at the DLSS L setting, 4.5 L. I like to watch the light fade and change, how smoothly it changes. Watch the shadows dance across the walls. Very well done. Yeah, they overdo their light transition, but that's a stylistic choice. This looks like we're coming in the backside of Hernand almost. Oh no, this is not Hernand. Hernand doesn't have any of these lights. Delesian territory again. So that was just a little... We must have been going through like a panhandle of Dewhaven to come back into Delesia that quick. This game is just so beautiful to look at. Look at the steam in the distant, or the ship in the distant harbor. The lighting on the ocean. The lighting everywhere. My God. The lighting coming off my armor. So another thing that's cool about this, from a technical perspective, an art perspective, and the history of development perspective, is how many different things are happening in the graphics process here. Like, you know, the lighting is one thing. Like, even parts of the lighting, there's so many different technologies happening at one time that I've watched be developed and then released over the decades. And now, you know, they're all here at the same time, and all these different technologies are dancing at the same time together to make like this symphony that becomes this picture that you're watching. You know, so like I remember when like you would have your basic textures, right? And even to make shadows, they didn't have shadows because they didn't know how to control light yet. Everything just had to be drawn. And so your textures literally had the shadows like drawn into them, basically painted into them. And that's how they did. They just faked everything. Everything was faked by good art. That was basically it. And then they started to be able to control light in the you know, they actually were able to simulate light rather than just whatever they were doing before. And so yeah, stuff developed, and then there was bump mapping, because before that, to make a texture look really bumpy, even though there was light in the room, they didn't have the graphical power to actually, you know, calculate a surface like that. There's just, no way. They weren't even close to that. They were still 20 years away from that shit being even a thought. So at the time, they would just fake it. They would draw the surfaces, basically. And that's what you saw. So like when this game came out, I saw a bunch of people actually remark, including some developers, about like the walls in Hernand and the cobblestones, how everything is super fucking 3D and appears that way because of the fact that instead of bump mapping or anything like that, they chose a different approach. With these guys, instead of doing you know, not a lot of geometry being recreated and then basically painting really detailed textures over that, these guys went the exact opposite direction. Their geometry is super complicated, but then the stuff that's covering it is really the product of the other simulations that are running. The lighting simulation, the weather simulation, the time change simulation. All those things are what's coming in to make the colors and everything change. You're not having to paint anything onto the textures, really. You have what the basic textures are, and they're super high D textures, of course. And then the way you see the surfaces, the light actually does... The surfaces become more real because you're doing a real light simulation that's bouncing off actual surfaces instead of just a painted flat surface that's painted to look like it has dents and ridges and bumps and all that shit. This actually has bumps and ridges and all that shit. So yeah, I mean, oh, they're the pterodactyl flying force up there. That's what those guys are. Won't see them until real late game. This is cool. Riding the train is kind of like a preview of the entire game. This is really interesting. I should put a video up about this. That's like the third or fourth thing that I've seen that I know doesn't come up till way later in the game that I've got to kind of preview by riding the train. God, this guy is so sick. I just love it. This game just never gets old to look at, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's the pterodactyl the pterodactyl fleet, mechanical fleet. Another thing I wish they would release for this game is binoculars, because there's lots of far off stuff that I would love to be able to see better. And like even when you're on the horse, you only have 2 levels of zoom, unlike everywhere else where you have 3 levels of zoom. It looked like the pterodactyl fleet was going to get closer to us there for a minute, but then it looks like they're not getting any closer now. And we're coming into sunset. Oh, look at this. Again, the lighting is fantastic. Just fucking incredible. The lighting difference between the sunset coming over the curvature of the earth in the distance and still hitting the stuff in the far distance, while the light in the immediate is quickly fading. And you can see the delineation of the line of shadow moving across the fucking land. I mean, that is crazy good looking shit right there. Wow. I love that shit. All the way to the mountain in the far distance. That is just amazing. Now you notice some of the light maps popping in. So like light that's hitting the ground from these different light sources, you'll see some of it drawing in late. But then you'll notice, like I just noticed, all the shadows moving across the ground here behind him. And how accurately it's moving the shadow of the train. Look at that, the shadow of the train going through the tree. That is sick. Yeah, see, none of this stuff, even 10 years ago, none of this stuff would have been even possible. They just do. If you could simulate like light like this, you couldn't do it at a speed that was anywhere near usable. I mean, like hell, DLSS has only really gotten usable in the last couple of years. Until then, it was largely way overrated. And the first couple of years, it really wasn't even worth using. Most people didn't use DLSS when it first came out because it wasn't worth it. You would actually lose frames. It was just kill your fucking performance. And then, I don't know, a couple years in, I guess, it reached a level where now you may not be getting better frames per second, but you were getting much better image quality and at least the same frame. So now you were not losing frames, but you were getting a significantly better image quality. And then it finally caught up to a point where now you get the best of both worlds, basically. There's never going to be a best of both worlds totally because DLSS at its heart is kind of a compromise. It just is. But, I mean, the ideal is to get the best fidelity with the best frame rates. That's the idea. I mean, that's the ultimate goal for any computer. Now, unfortunately, what ends up happening a lot of times is the nature of the beast is to make that happen. Two things are happening. If you're super scaling or whatever, then basically you're taking your 4K is not really 4K. Your 4K is not even 1080p. Your 4K may not even be 720p. Okay, because it's taking a lower resolution and upscaling it to the resolution that you're watching it on your screen. So it's taking a picture which with a lot less pixels and making a lot more pixels out of it. So that's what DLSS is basically doing. And it's really not much more complicated than that. It's not really it's not adding information to the scene as much as it's extrapolating all the information that's there, and then it's also it is adding, but it's trying to add in a way that is in alignment with what's already there. So stylistically and common sense wise, to fit the setting and the mood and the artistic direction of the game, the AI is supposed to be taking all these things into consideration when it makes choices. But it is making choices. Now, the interesting thing about that, I have wondered, so if it's making choices, does that mean even if you and I have the same video card, the same version of DLSS operating, and we're watching the same game, you know, so basically all our hardware is the exact same, does that still mean that we're going to see shit happen different? You know, is the DLSS 4 running at enough of a simulation level at this point that we're literally going to have a different experience with each of us? Or are they so the same that we're basically going to have an ideal experience? Or a ideal? Are we going to have an identical experience? You know. Oh, look at these. Are these bats or birds? They're birds. Get away, I got my own fucking crow. We'll fuck you up. Yeah, look at all this shit. Crazy skyline. Delicia's pretty big. I noticed there's quite a bit of water in Delicia. Oh, is that big water? That looks like ocean. Or as close as they come to ocean in this game. Oh yeah, there's no land out there. That is so cool. Oh, here we go. Coming back towards the desert, it looks like. That is fucking dope. All right. Yeah, I'm glad when I bought this computer and I was picking out the parts, I'm glad I didn't slack on the video card because I almost didn't get a 5080. Knowing that the 5080 and the 5090 really, those two cards are their own animal and everything falls in line behind them. I almost didn't get a 5080 just because I could have saved like another $600 at least by getting the next card down. And the 5090 wasn't even an option because fuck, to get a 5090 out I had to spend $3,000 more. $3,000, and my computer was not even $3,000. The whole system, everything done was $2,600 or 20. It was 20. Yeah, $2,600, $2,599. So, and trust me, it was only that cheap because it was a Christmas sale. A day after Christmas. It was either 2 days before Christmas or a day after. I think it was 2 days before Christmas, actually. So it was Christmas Eve that I ordered this. And that sale had been going on for like a week. I'd been watching it. And really at the time, I had no idea. I was waiting on money to come from Social Security. I get Social Security disability. Long story. Anyway, so I was waiting for my money to be decided on, and it hadn't come yet. And then it came. Bang! Perfect timing. 2 days before fucking Christmas. Yes! Hallelujah. Get a few $1,000s dropped on me, and I was broke as fuck. So, long story short, I knew I was planning to buy a computer to invest some of that money into that, and this had to be like a 10-year computer. That's my plan. You know, anybody who I've talked to about this, it's the same story. Wow, look at the stone archway way in the distance back there. Again, the draw distance is so good. Anyway, so that was my plan, I was definitely getting a computer with some of that money, and it had to be a 10-year computer because of my circumstances. I'm not going to have money to replace this anytime soon, if ever. So, yeah, I really needed this to be a 10-year computer. So, you know, when I'm looking at parts and shit, I came across this sale at Micro Center, and it was for this PC, and it said how, you know, this is the specs of the system. So it's going to be a 5080. It's going to be a motherboard with these specs. But as far as the name brands and stuff, none of that is guaranteed to be anybody specific. It could be anybody. It could be a hodgepodge of 5 different manufacturers. It could all be the same. Anything in between, right? Now, Gigabyte makes most of the stuff that I like best. So I love Gigabyte motherboards. I love Gigabyte video cards and everything. So when I end up opening up the box after I receive the computer, guess what? Every single fucking piece in this computer is Gigabyte branded. So I got exactly what I fucking wanted. Like, literally, I could not have asked God for exactly what I want, and he couldn't have given it to me any better. So it literally was like miraculous to me. So that was great. I got it for a great price. I got everything I wanted, all name brand shit, and the name brand that I personally like best. It's a 10-year computer, easily. This might be a 15-year computer. When I say 15 years, I mean that 15 years from now, you're still able to play basically most of the best titles out there. This should be able to do that. Now we'll see. And the main reason I say that is I don't think the game development is going to move forward as far as how much power is needed that much in the next 10 years. And if you look at the last 10 years, it backs up that statement. You know, if anything, I think most of us would agree that graphics in most ways have actually gotten worse in the last 10 years, even though our hardware is way stronger. So, you know, go figure. And I would love to have an explanation of really why that is. Look at the lighting here coming off the side of the cavern across the way as compared to the light right here in the foreground. Oh. I am such a geek for this shit. Now that was interesting. I saw a bunch pop in happen at the same time on the far left of the screen, these cliff walls. A while back, a couple 100 yards back, suddenly a bunch of the texture of the front just popped in. Like, it just got done doing the math on the ray reconstruction and showed it all at one time. Get these guys up here. That looks like trouble. Yeah, that looks like trouble a-brewing. Ah, Red River. Okay, that's it. We made the full circle. Because we crossed the Red River early in our journey. Craziness. That was a crazy train ride. Well, there you go. We went all the way around on the train. It was significantly bigger than the Red Dead Redemption 2 train. It's now 2:21 on the dot, so we wrapped up around 2:20. We had finished going around, and we started, wow, at 1:23 or 4. So when we started, so it's almost exactly an hour all the way around. 58 minutes all the way around. The Red Dead Redemption train was like 23 minutes, so it's half, less than half of how long it took to go around that train. So there you go. That gives you an idea. I didn't think it was that big. I really didn't. I did not know, and you can't see it from the map, so there's no way to know unless you ride it. So we have now done that. So, everybody, that's it. I appreciate you guys joining me. Stream went a little bit over. In fact, it went over by like an hour. Well, 50 minutes, but it was worth it. We had an experiment going on, and I had to see the train go all the way around, because once I was on it, it's a Red Dead comparison. So there you go. This train took more than twice as long to go around than the Red Dead 2 train. All right, with that, I'm Game Jones. I appreciate you guys watching, stopping in. Hope you guys liked it. If you found anything entertaining at all, please hit the like button, suggest. It does help a lot. At some point, maybe I'll make 25 cents. That would be cool. All right, you guys have a great night. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Peace out. Woohoo! Flippy flip.